all the people here, I believe the story took place in the 2nd century. The first reference on Kannappa, Adiguru Shankaracharya, while writing the Shiva Purana, made a reference that an Adivasi offered meat to Lord Shiva. That was the first reference of Kannappa. And Kannappa's story was written from there. In Sri Salem, when the Sri Chakra is written, even there, even today, when you go to one of the Jyotirlingas in Hyderabad, near Hyderabad, Sri Salem, it is written there. Long before that, the Vayulinga is there. That's the only linga which is, the base is in the shape of a spider, the sides are of elephant tusks, and on the top is a snake. This is a shape of Vayulinga. Kannappa is a devotee of Shiva in that area. And after 8th century, in the 14th century, one of the greatest kings of India, Sri Krishna Devaraya, in his kingdom, there was this very famous poet called Durjeti. Durjeti wrote poems on Sri Kalahasti Ishvara Mahatyam, which means all the miracles of Sri Kalahasti Ishvara, this temple where the Vayulinga is Sri Kalahasti. And those poems, they were written in these, in Telugu they call it Gandralu, means in the palm leaves, I don't know what they call in Hindi, Tarpatra, almost the same. They were lost, and then in the 18th century, there was this English collector called Mr. C.P. Brown, who collected all these and then translated them with scholars into English, and the book was published in 1895, and there are 5 books today which are still in preservation. One of them is in Bikaner Museum. Based on that book, in 1938, a silent film was made called Kannappa Nayanar. And then in 1953, one of the greatest Indian actors, legendary Dr. Rajkumar sir in Kannada, made his arangetram in films through this movie called Bedar Kannappa in Kannada. And he acted simultaneously in Telugu. In Telugu it was called Sri Kalahasti Ishvara Mahatyam. The same production company from Chennai made the movie in Hindi called Shiva Bhakt in 1954. And then Bedar Kannappa was again remade in 1976 by legendary directors Mr. Babu and Ramana, with another great Telugu actor, Mr. Krishnam Raju, who happens to be the uncle of Prabhas. And then again, Mr. Rajkumar made that movie in Kannada in 1988, where he played the role of Lord Shiva, and his son, Shivraj Kumar sir, played Kannappa. And then after 50 years, I believe in Telugu when we first started, Lord Shiva gave me the permission to tell this generation the story of Kannappa. And when I was writing Kannappa, see, the last 30 minutes is the same. An atheist becomes God's devotee and God decides to test him, and it's a known legend that the linga, blood starts coming from the linga, and Kannappa takes his eye out and gives it to Lord Shiva. This is a single pager. For me it's a half pager. Now, who was Kannappa? What was he? Why was he an atheist? For me, it was an open canvas. For me, the canvas was large. And I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. And I've read the books, watched the movies, I know the dialogues, scene by scene. So for me, I wanted to create my world, and I felt that this is what Kannappa was. This is who he was. This is why he was an atheist. And his love to Lord Shiva. Why is he in love with Lord Shiva towards the end? And why did Lord Shiva actually test him? And what was the relationship between the god and the devotee? And how pure should the devotion mean? See, one thing which I have common with Mr. Akshay Kumar and me is that our devotion to God knows no boundaries and no rituals. It's what we feel in the heart, is what we do, is what God accepts.
नमस्कार, मैं रेखा खान नवभारत टाइम से पूरी टीम को मैं बहुत सारी बधाई देना चाहूँगी। बहुत ही